Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the Neon 1000, my continuing exploration of this book, given away with Neon magazine in the late 90s. 1000 movies broken up into various categories such as sci-fi movies, post-apocalyptic movies, or kidnap movies, etc, etc, etc. In episode 10 I covered the animation section in the book, and as with the previous sections I've come up with an alternative list based around movies released after 1997, which is when the book was written. So I have made quite an extensive list of anything I think that could fit in with this category, and then I have narrowed it down. At the end of the video you'll probably be shouting at the screen about how I've left a particular movie out. I can't believe he left that off an animation list. But I do have another 97 of these lists to knock out, so there will be some that I feel fit better in one of those categories. So let's roll on. First up, we've got Ants from 1998, featuring Woody Allen as the protagonist. An ant who doesn't like his station in life, thinks there could be more, and inadvertently gets involved in a plot to overthrow the Queen. Came out in the same year as Bug's Life, Pixar movie. This is a much better movie than that one. In what other movie could Woody Allen defeat Gene Hackman and Christopher Walken and get the princess, played by Sharon Stone? Not to mention it's also got Danny Glover, Sylvester Stallone, Jennifer Lopez, Dan Aykroyd, and yeah, it's a very star-studded movie and often forgotten about, but it's so good. Atlantis, The Lost Empire from 2001, possibly the most underrated Disney movie ever made. Fairly unique within Disney animated movies. It doesn't have any songs, for one, which there are a few examples, not many. It has a unique visual style. It's inspired by Hellboy creator Mike Mignola, who was one of the production designers on the film. It's inspired by his basic artwork. So if you've seen his Hellboy work, you can see the kind of style and how that translates to Atlantis: The Lost Empire. One of the writers was also Joss Whedon, who wasn't quite as problematic as he is now. It basically didn't do very well at the box office because it came out at the same time as Shrek, and that movie was huge. The Lost Empire follows an archaeologist, played by Michael J. Fox, who is convinced that Atlantis exists, and then helps guide an expedition to go and find it. And then, spoilers, they find it. Batman, Soul of the Dragon from 2021, one of a multitude of direct-to-video DVD streaming movies from DC Warner Brothers. Mostly they are based on existing comics, story arcs, graphic novels, TV shows, etc, etc. This one is a complete original. So the film starts with Bruce Wayne travelling the world to acquire the skills that will later make him Batman. He is trained by this monk, who trains a bunch of other students in the ways of martial arts. The monk is guardian of this gateway, which gets opened, and spoilers. The rest of the film is set in the 1970s, where the monk students have to come together to defeat this snake cult who want to reopen this gateway. Very much inspired by movies like Enter the Dragon. The cast of students are all played by well-known martial arts actors such as Mark Dacascos, Kelly Hu, and Michael J. White. The Lego Movie from 2014, directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, who also did like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and the Jump Street movies. The film is CGI, but it's made to look like it's stop motion. All the characters can only move in the way that Lego figures actually move. So they move like this, not like this. It jumps through various worlds of Lego, such as Western and Space, Lego City. Incorporates different franchises that Lego have, like Batman and Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, all sorts of things. Only in a film like this could you have a cast of characters that include a ninja, a policeman, a spaceman, a pirate, Shaquille O'Neal and Abraham Lincoln. A Perfect Blue from 1997, which may have been released before the book was published or after the book was published, but was definitely not available on video. The anime follows a former pop star who's trying to reinvent herself as a serious actress, while simultaneously being stalked by an obsessive fan who thinks she is her pop star persona. What made me want to watch this back in the day was one quote from a review that was used on like the posters and everything, which was, if Walt Disney and Alfred Hitchcock made a movie, this would be it. Princess Mononoke, also from 1997, also probably not available on video at the time. It's the first film I ever saw by Hayao Miyazaki, the man often called the Japanese Walt Disney. I don't think it's his most popular film or his most successful film, but it's the first one I saw, and it made me go back and watch all of his previous films, and all the films that he made after that, and all the films from Studio Ghibli. Robot Dreams from 2024, which has absolutely no dialogue, and was nominated for the Best Animated Feature, but lost out to Hayao Miyazaki's The Boy and the Heron. The story is set in New York in 1985. A Labrador who is very lonely and orders himself a robot, which he then builds and has a wonderful time with, until they don't. Boom, boom, boom! A Scanner Darkly from 2006. A adaptation of a Philip K. Dick novel by Richard Linklater. It was made using rotoscoping, which is where you film an actor and then you basically draw over the top of it. Linklater has used this previously in a film called Waking Life, and later in Apollo 10.5. It's a technique that was created by the Fleischer brothers not in 1939, but used in 1939 in the animated feature Gulliver's Travels. Summer Wars from 2010. In the world of Summer Wars, everything is controlled through this digital platform called Oz. Everything from gaming to traffic lights to government systems, like everything, and all around the world as well. The film follows a part-time Oz moderator who was asked by this girl to attend her family reunion. Only when he gets there, she wants him to pretend that he is her fiancé. Also while he's there, he unwittingly helps his sentient program start consuming all the other systems in Oz. Coincidentally, one of the girl's uncles is the person who created that program, and the family have to band together to basically save Japan and the world at large. Toy Story 3, also from 2010, because if you didn't cry at the furnace scene, you're an absolute monster. Okay, so that's all I've got time for. So long, farewell.